Hi everyone, it's Stephanie at Mission Moments Event Planning, and today I want to share with you some ways that you can use Chat GPT to help with your event planning. So I'm going to show you how to use the software and some prompts that you can use if you're in the event planning world. There's a lot of other articles about this, so feel free to Google Chat GPT prompts for event planning, for storytelling, for nonprofit social media posts. You name it, the ideas are endless. So let's dive in and get started. All right, so you can Google Chat GPT in your Google search, and that'll bring you to this homepage. When you land on this page, you can sign up for an account. It's free. I already have one, so we're going to log in. And when you log in, you're going to find this blank screen here. It's going to say, how can I help you today? It's going to have a little message box down here at the bottom, and this is where you're going to type in the information you're looking for. A couple key things to remember is, one, don't put any personal or identifying information in the box. Don't ask for specific things related to your organization. You want to be somewhat generic because this is open source information that's available anywhere on the internet. So keeping it a little bit vague is going to be good for privacy and proprietary information. And the other piece is you have to train the system to give you the information you want. So if it's not telling you the things that you want to hear in the tone, the voice, the style, the feel, the aesthetic that you're going for, you can re-ask those questions in the way that you are looking for. In addition, you can also let ChatGPT know that you want to share this information from the perspective of a certain role within the organization. There's a lot of different ways that you can enter in prompts. And so the more that you play with it, the more you're going to realize what works and what doesn't. So one example of doing this wrong is I'm going to put plan something. It will give me an answer. However, it has no idea what I want to plan. So you can be more specific. So let's say you're hosting a gala and you want to consider a really great layout that is going to accommodate 200 people and a strolling dinner. So I'm going to type in plan a fundraising event layout for 200 guests with a strolling dinner and open bar option. It's going to go through a whole list of suggestions and information that I can use when I'm planning almost every aspect of this event. So if you scroll up, you're going to see choose a venue that accommodates 200 guests comfortably, consider factors like ambiance, accessibility, and parking. That's pretty obvious. But it'll give you more information. Consider having signature cocktails. Fundraising booth, create a booth to educate guests about the cause and accept direct donations. If you wanted to get more specific, you can dive in to any of these topics. So you can say, share a list of ideas on how to make a fundraising gala program engaging and short. Everybody always asks for a short program and then they all end up talking a really long time. So this is going to give you all sorts of ideas and opportunities that you can consider when you're planning your program. This ironically is not short at all, but it suggests perhaps getting an MC or host. Make sure you start with a really powerful and brief introduction. This is how you can use interactive technology. Include donor spotlights, live stream, do a fundraising challenge. So it can give you tons of suggestions and ideas and opportunities. But you can go a step further and say, write a speech for a fundraising gala and include an impactful story about serving blind children. So now it's going to actually write the full script for me. So the other two prompts were really suggestions. This is where it's going to dive into a full script that I can then customize and use myself. You can always, if you do like something, you can always hit this little clipboard. This will copy it and you can paste it into a Word document. If you don't like it, you can let them know, and that's training the system to say, this is not what I was looking for. You can also regenerate it. So you can say, this is close, it's kind of okay, but I don't love it. Regenerate it. It's going to retype a completely different script and try something else and see if you like that more. And so now you can read through this script and say, yep, this is hitting on the mark. I can take pieces of this. I can make it my own. But it really has the outline that I needed to know where to start. And then it'll ask you, is this better or worse or the same? Again, you're training the system to give you things in the tone that you like. You can also say, help me write an invitation to a fundraising gala. This is going to help write the letter or give you talking points that you can copy and paste. It could be pieces that you could put on the website. You can say, give me a email that encourages people to fundraise for an upcoming walk that I have, and it'll give you the email. You can say, give me suggestions on fundraising ideas for peer-to-peer fundraising. So give me ideas, fundraising ideas to share on social media. So then it gives me all sorts of options that I should consider. And maybe I see one of these and I like them and I want to dive into that a little bit more. So give me examples of behind the scenes content for fundraising on social media. So you can see something in here and then say, okay, tell me more, dive into this. What would I do? What does this look like? So as you can see, this is a little bit of a runaway train. You can really think of a lot of different options on how it can apply. How I decide to use it is when I'm sitting there getting ready to write something or do something and I find, gosh, I'm really stuck and I can't get this started. And if only I had that first paragraph going, I might be able to, really get things moving in the way that inspires me. This is sometimes when I'll go to Chat GPT and I'll say, okay, write a paragraph about this, write an introduction about this, give me a title about this. And that's when I can use it as an inspiration point. Don't forget, you can use it for theme ideas. When it comes to fundraising events, you might be able to use it for in-person fundraising ideas, auction ideas, raffle ideas, you name it. Any element of your event you can put in here, ask questions, be specific, and then you can turn those into different planning components. So hope this was helpful for those who are brand new to Chat GPT and know nothing about it and wanted to just get a quick little glimpse into what it's like. As always, you can learn more at missionmomentsevent.com. Take care.